you have a if you have a helmet that has a smoke shield or one of these, which is a mirror shield, even sunglasses. A lot of sunglasses have these type of these very very expensive mirror lenses. Some of them, and over the years, I've broken so many sunglasses that I just will not buy expensive sunglasses anymore. I've broken so many, sat on them, dropped them, lost them, left them somewhere. It's ridiculous. But even more ridiculous is what you can do to these shields. Now, if you're like most people, they use Windex or window cleaner or something to clean these things, or even those wetted wipes where you wipe it down. I'm gonna tell you right now, those things can really scratch these mirrors, and even these microfiber wipes, you have to be careful. These are probably some of the best ones, but even better than this is toilet paper. Now, I use toilet paper for everything. They soak up oil probably more so than any other material. You put them on oil, it soaks right up. You put a degreaser on it, it soaks everything up. I use toilet paper for everything, and I get it at the dollar store. They're inexpensive. I go through a roll like you won't believe, but I use it for everything. Cleaning my face shield, because it's so soft, and some of the toilet paper will scratch your shield. Don't assume that the microfiber is not going to scratch the mirror shield. It will scratch it if you're not careful. You may lightly, I use the microfiber. I gently wipe it, but I try not to use any type of material, even cotton. Cotton will scratch it, microfiber will scratch it. About the softest material you're gonna find are those silk glass cleaners, which is you can't really use it to clean the shield, the inside or the outside. My recommendation is not to clean the inside. Only clean the outside. So try not to ride with your visor up too much. And if you do, get a good helmet where you can keep it open, an inch or a centimeter. That way the air will flow in, but it won't get the inside too dirty. But in case that you do have to clean it, use toilet paper. Get alcohol, toilet paper, clean the inside of the shield. Now, what I use on the outside is this. It's called DuPont Teflon Wax. I bought 2 bottles of these back in 1993. Okay, I had a sports car. I had an RX-7 Turbo back in 1993, and I was in the military at the time, as a matter of fact. I bought 2 of these bottles, and I still have 2 of them to prove it. Here it is. Here it is. This wax is so good that I have not tried to look for another one, except for this one. 3M. 3M Imperial Glaze or hand glaze is probably the best of the best of the best. So if you are looking for a good wax, this is the best wax. But if you're looking for something to clean or to protect the outside, this is not a wax. This is more like a what brings out the shine. So if you got a really expensive helmet, get this stuff, the 3M, and they go by a number. The number is 39007. Part number 051131, right there. I don't know if you can focus on that. but there it is right there. Copy down that number, and I guarantee you that this will be the last product you will ever use. Now, that doesn't cover the wax. You know, that just brings out the quality of the paint and the finish. What I have not. I bought 2 bottles of these. I still have 2 bottles. I bought these 2 in 1993, and this one's almost full. This one's almost empty. So I went through probably one bottle of this in 10 years, and it is the last wax that I will ever use because I swear by this stuff. Teflon by DuPont spray-on wax. This stuff is so slippery that I had a Buick Park Avenue back around 2005 or something. I had a Buick Park Avenue, and I parked it out in the street, and one of my neighbors, who's a music teacher, one of her students nailed my car and busted up the quarter panel. So the insurance claim guy came around, and he came around to do an estimate, and he put his laptop on my car while he was examining it. I went and did something else. I told him just to go ahead and do it. I was busy doing something else. And he put his laptop on the car, and when I came back out, he asked me, he said, what did you do to your car? You know, I was like, what are you talking about? And he said, what did you put on what kind of wax, or what did you put on it? I said, oh, I used the Teflon wax. You know, I just washed and cleaned it. I put the Teflon wax in there. I said, why? Because I put my laptop on there and it slid right off the hood. I was like, what? So he showed me that material is so slick that once if you wax your gas tank with this Teflon wax, and you put your helmet on your gas tank, I guarantee you that your helmet will fall and it will crack, because that's what happened to me. And I had to fix it. It cracked. I had to carbon fiber the sucker. And keep a long story short, this is how you clean this shield. I got to deal with bugs. I got to deal with a lot of bugs. I mean, there are times when this whole shield is so caked on with bugs, it's not even funny. The way to keep the bugs off is to wax your helmet. When you wax your helmet, the majority of the bugs will not stick on there, they'll deflect. And what guts is on there, if you turn your face while you're riding at high speed, everything will fly off. So hopefully it'll leave a little mark, but not like a gigantic gut, you know, the caked on stuff that you're looking at. When you get home, it'll probably be dried up, but it's not dried up to the point where it's a problem. So you wanna get this stuff off immediately, because it can do damage. The guts of a bug have an acid. They have a stomach acid, and if you know human stomach acid, or I can't remember what it's called. Lactic acid? No, it's not lactic acid, but whatever the stomach acid is, it is one of the most powerful. It's almost as strong as it'll eat through a whole couch. Basically, it's strong acid, and the bugs have, depending on what type of bug, they have a lot of stomach acid in them, and when it gets on your paint or it gets on your shield, it will damage it. So to get it off, I would tell you right now, just use this stuff. Spray it on, it mists right on there. Get your toilet paper and just gently wipe it. Once you wipe it, and once you get the majority off of it, it cleans all the bug guts and everything off. If it's on your helmet, okay, you can use a buffer. You can use a buffer, which is real easy. Just take a buffer and buff it real quick. It's done with in maybe 10-20 seconds. Then take your micro wipe and just wipe it down, just the front part, because that's all where all the bugs are. But the shield you have to be very, very careful with, because if you leave the bugs on there, it's going to damage it. If you try to scratch it off, it will damage it. If you start scraping and scrubbing, it will damage the mirror shield. The Teflon is so slippery that that it will keep the majority of the bugs off, but as soon as they hit, they're not going to stick. This stuff is good stuff. Like I said, I've used this stuff for over 10 years, and it's good stuff. It's not very expensive either. I think I bought it for maybe $4, maybe $2, no, $3, $4 back in 1993. You know, I got two full. I barely use these things. You don't need very much. I mean, like I said, one spray does the whole thing. It's just really good stuff. So you spray it on, gently wipe it down. You can use a micro wipe, but be very careful, because not all micro wipes are made the same, and they will scratch it. You don't use cotton. You don't use, you know, stuff that will scratch it. Use toilet paper, and if you have to, use a Kleenex. A nice little Kleenex will take that wax right off. Once you smear it with the toilet paper or the Kleenex, it dries. And once it dries, you can gently, you know, take it off very easily. That will protect the whole shield area. If it's on your helmet, go ahead and hit it with a buffer, or just take your microfiber and you can either wipe it down. I like to wax it. You know, I don't even bother to clean it. I don't bother to clean any of my stuff. Helmet, shield, or anything. If you go that route, you're going to scratch the shield. Not only are you going to scratch the shield, even on a smoke one, you're going to put swirls in them. And especially on the mirrors, you got to be careful. The mirror is the tricky ones. The mirrors are the ones that you got to really be careful to take care of. Even the smoke ones. The smoke ones are pretty fragile, but the mirror ones are even more fragile, and they're expensive too. So, you know, keep that in mind. But, you know, sometimes you'll have bugs caked all over. Use your wax. Just keep on cleaning with the wax. That's going to keep the bugs off. Next time when you clean it, you come home, you see bugs on it, you put the wax on a microfiber, and it'll come right off. I mean, this stuff doesn't stick. This stuff is so slippery that it won't stick. What you don't want to do is do your gas tank. Okay, if you do your gas tank with the Teflon wax and you put your helmet on there, kiss it goodbye, because the minute you start that thing, it'll just fly right off, and you're not going to even be aware of it either. But trust me, it's happened to me, and I've been there. That's basically, in my opinion, the best method to clean your helmet and to clean your shield. Like I said, I have so many, I have to deal with so many bugs that the whole shield is just caked on. There are times when the bugs are it's just everywhere. I mean, you can't even see out of the shield. So I can imagine if you have an open face helmet or only have sunglasses on, you're probably swallowing so many bugs it's not even funny. You know, they're in my screen and everything, so I try to keep everything closed unless it's, you know, I need the ventilation. But that is a very good method on how to keep your shield looking brand new, staying brand new, trouble-free. You know, like I said, mine doesn't even have a scratch on it, and I've had it for some time now. I've had it quite a long time, and you know, I also spray it the inside with Downy. If you like, you know, fabric softener or laundry softener, I love the smell of Downy. I just keep it around and I spray it inside there, and it smells awesome. I will take some alcohol and wipe down the inside with alcohol, and then just spray it with Downy right afterwards, and it keeps it nice and clean. I ever since I did that, I don't have to wash the pads as often. I used to wash the pads very often, and I would have to buy the new liners on the inside or new pads on the inside almost on a yearly basis. So washing it every week just doesn't work because you're going to have to buy new pads or new liners inside in the next year. So get alcohol or get those wipes, like hand cleaners and stuff that have the alcohol in it. You can clean and disinfect the inside very easily, and you can freshen them if they have a musty smell because of moisture. Go ahead and disinfect it, and then use the Downy just to make it smell awesome. That's what I do. I like the amber woods. I mix it. I mix the amber woods, but amber woods is by far my favorite one. And anyhow, that's just a tip on how to keep your helmet lasting, and how to not scratch the shield, because these suckers are expensive, and scratching it is dropping it or cracking your helmet, damaging your helmet is something. It's almost like dropping your bike, but scratching the shield is almost like dropping your bike. And I rarely, if ever, drop my bike or anything like that. But this one will take you a while to figure out if you haven't figured it out yet. But that's how I do it. And if you want to try it, see if it works for you, be my guest. Again, if you're looking for really good stuff, 3M is the stuff. I mean, if you haven't discovered it yet, you need to go discover it. And Teflon Wax, I don't know if it was on sale one day. I bought it, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, man, I'm not gonna buy another wax ever. This stuff is freaking awesome. And 10 years later, no, 93, almost 20 something years later, yeah, almost 25 years later, I'm still using the damn thing. So there you go. All right, good luck.